let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Yo. Welcome to the Hallway Podcast, where we have real people with real struggles, and this will be a place where real conversation take place. I'm the host, Cliff, and today my guest is somebody that wears many hats. He's a full-time student here at Jacksonville High School. He's a part-time worker, and he's also a father. My guest today is Mr. Carlos, no middle name, Rivera. What's up, my guy?
What's up, Cliff?
How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir, today?
So, we have a tradition on the podcast where each guest is required to say yo.
Yes,
How do
sir.
you feel about that?
Excited.
All right. So far, man, our guests always love it, so I hope you love it too. So, I'm going to count down. When you're ready, all right, give me your best yo. So,
I got
3,
you, Cliff.
2, 1.
Yo.
That's actually okay. It's not the best, but it's okay.
It's okay.
All right. So, Carlos, are you ready for the bell ringer?
Sure, bring it.
Okay, the bell ringer is nothing but an easy question to get us into the conversation. So my first question is this. Right now, what is the hardest role for you? Is it being a student, a worker, or a father, and why?
Now I'm gonna have to say probably being a father,
Okay, why?
because there's a lot of things that I still don't know.
Okay.
Like, let's say, I'm gonna say, I'm young and everything,
Right,
but it comes with a lot of responsibilities
right. Dang, that's...
and a lot of, a lot of adventures, and it's just a lot,
Okay, so my question is this. How do you balance all three without feeling overwhelmed?
with God in my hands.
Okay. With God in your hands?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Man, God just always pray every night for him to help me out.
Right.
Pray every night. It's not easy for everybody. Like, I got friends too that are fathers.
Right.
It wasn't easy for them too.
Right.
So, I just pray every night, hope everything goes well, and pray for the next day coming.
Right. Do you enjoy, being a father?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. So a lot of people who walk these halls, they probably don't even know you are a full-time student, a part-time worker, and a full-time dad. My question is to you is this. If the hallways can talk, what do you think they will say about Carlos?
Just keep pushing.
Okay. Keep
Yeah,
pushing?
Keep pushing, that I'm strong and that I can go forward.
Right.
Because I already faced a lot of things in life, so there's nothing.
Right. And Carlos, let me just say this, man. I met you. I want to shout out, first of all, Miss Aldereti, because I remember when we was talking about guests, she mentioned your name. And, when she told me about you, you became somebody that was on my radar that I really wanted to get to know. And I'm just thankful, that God allowed you to, come into my life. And you were teaching me, man, you're always smiling. Every time I used to see you, you just used to always be happy before I realized that you was balancing, being a student, being a dad, and then being a worker. Like, you was always happy. And, man, let me just tell you this, bro, keep that up. That is for me, trying to balance a lot. Seeing you do it, if you can do it, I know I can do it, And so I just want to say shout out Miss Aldereti for, allowing, telling me about you. So I believe that being a student right now, out of all three of those, is probably the most important. Now, I think being a dad is important, but I think being a student will set the foundation for your future, because I know you probably want a good future for your son, right?
Yeah.
What is your son's name, first of all?
Sergio Daniel Rivera.
Okay, shout him out,
Yeah.
But I know you want to be a good father to Sergio, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
my question is this. What has been the biggest challenge for you as a senior? Because this is your senior year, and how have you grown because of it? So what has been the biggest challenge this year so far?
Like in school?
In school, yeah.
Probably just keeping up with my grades.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I like to goof off in
Right.
class, and, grades can affect a lot of things. It could
Right.
affect my GPA, or it can affect, for me walking the stage, because,
Right.
as me Lucky say, it's a privilege.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a privilege to walk the stage.
To walk the stage.
Yeah, it is. And my question is this, though, but how have you, grown from it? like this year, like, you know, trying to keep up with your grades and all that? Because did you always keep up with your grades when you started high school, or?
Like, yeah, I always kept up with them, but there would be times that I would slack off,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later,
Right.
and stuff like that, because I get distracted with friends.
Right. And so my question is this: have you got senioritis this year at any point?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay, wow, congratulations. Normally, like, senioritis is a real thing. You
Yeah.
know? But nah, I'm glad, bro. Like, you know, like you said, I believe that, like, grades represent pay. And if you get, you know, good grades, man, don't be surprised if when you, in your future, man, you have a good job that pays well. If you get low grades, man, don't be surprised if, you know, you have a job that you're making low money. So I think, man, I'm glad that you're learning that, hey, let me keep up with my grades. So that leads me to my other question. When you clock in at work, what is something being a student has helped you do better? So when you clock into work, something that you learned here at high school, what has it taught you in the workforce? And I can give you a couple examples, like showing up on time, communicating with others, or following directions. Like, what has been in school?
Probably all three of those.
Okay, why?
Yeah, because one, with like I'm about to step into the real world,
Right.
you know, where I'm not gonna be in school no more, and then two, like I'm always up early because of school, so it gives me an estimated time how to get
Right.
dressed and get ready for work. And then I mean, just being here at school shows how to be respectful to customers,
Right.
/ teachers and all that.
Right, that's the word.
Yeah.
And, you know, it almost beat, like, a lot of people, you know, who walk these halls are like, man, school is pointless. But school really does prepare you for life after, you know,
High school.
after high school. Because like you said, man, you know, waking up early and having to be at school at a certain time, having to be to a class in a certain time is important. Communicating with your teachers when, hey, you miss a day, hey, I need my work, like, that's important. And then it just teaches you the basic stuff that you need. And so, like, I really believe that school is important, because you might not use algebra ever in your life, you might not use chemistry, but, you know, it's bigger than that. It's teaching you, like, discipline. And so that's why I really believe school is important. Do you agree, disagree?
I agree with that, Cliff,
Why?
because how you said it, school is
Right.
important, and then without that, I mean, without education, it's really hard to find a job,
Right.
like a good, stable job to provide for your family and
Right.
everybody.
Right. So just like many other students, your day don't end when the bell ring. You go to work. If you don't mind me asking, where do you work at, first of all?
Out of Riley's.
Okay. Oh, you work at O'Reilly's?
Yes, sir.
O'Reilly. But man, like I said, the work doesn't stop for you. So my question is this: what's been the biggest lesson working has taught you about responsibility so far? So what has working at O'Reilly's have taught you about responsibility?
Probably money.
Money? What do you mean by that? Go
Like,
deeper.
I'm gonna say like money, because it gives me like an estimate on how
Right.
to process everything, and then also it taught me a lot about cars too.
Okay.
Cause like I didn't know nothing about cars till I
Right.
started working there.
Right.
Like I didn't know what was this and what was this.
Right.
And then I like my truck a lot, so I'm involved in that.
Right.
Yeah.
So my question is just going back to the money part of things, because now your money just don't go towards Carlos,
Nah.
right? Your money to go towards, you know, other things you need, like graduation stuff, and then your son. So how have you been able to, because you're young learning this. It took me like years to learn how to manage money, but you have to manage money for your son. So how has that been, trying to manage money for somebody else besides you?
Well, really, like my girlfriend, she helps me out.
Okay.
She has a full-time job as well, so like we both like, and I say split the bills and everything. Like I take more responsibility, because you know a man always supposed to do that, in my opinion.
Right.
And then so usually she provides like the utilities, like food, gas, and I'm gonna say like she buys baby clothes as well.
Right.
And then me, I provide diapers, formula, wipes, and then insurance, like other utilities as well.
Right. Bro, I commend you, because, you know, I'm 27, about to be 28 in May, and, you know, everybody's like, Cliff, when you gonna have a kid? And I'm like, I I'm just not ready for that because I'm too selfish. But I really do, like, honestly commend you because, Carlos, you're what, only 18, right?
Yes, sir.
And, like, man, like, you're already like a man, like, really. So when you're at work, does being a dad change how you move or think on the job? Because, like you said, here at school, man, sometimes you play, at work, it's different because now you have a son you have to think about. So, like, do you, like, because you are a dad, do it change the way you show up at work versus school?
Yeah.
Okay, how?
Because work, like, I can't lose a job because then how else am I gonna provide?
Right.
And then also it's kind of hard finding a job, and then being at school, I'm with my friends, I'm surrounded, so I kind of slack off and joke around.
Right.
But at work, it's different. It's just way different compared to being at school.
Right. Man, that's a word. Man, once again, I commend you, Brody. And then, so we have talked about school and work, but then, like I said, it's another layer to you, which is being a dad. Can you just give us a brief background about your personal life? Like, did you have your dad in your life? Did you come from a 2-parent home, 1-parent home?
Nah, I had both of my parents in my life.
Okay, and then something that you also shared on the form that we send out is that you lost your brother. Can you kind of tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, so like it was back like around this month, like it was last month. I found out like around December, like mid-December, that I was having a kid.
Right.
So it's unexpected. I was getting off work. My girlfriend needed to talk. She told me, and I held it in. Took some time to think about it.
Right.
Like dang, life is real.
Right.
It's gonna get real, and so around this week. It was this week of last year.
Okay.
I was gonna tell my brother that I was gonna have a kid, and I told him, he was excited. He promised me everything's gonna be okay. That he's gonna have me. He's gonna be right there next to me. And then here comes a Saturday. He goes out with his friends. He goes out and enjoy everything. And then we were texting, and I told him, be safe. I love you.
Right.
And that you're going to be a great uncle. And I even got the messages. And then, it was like around 1:38 in the morning. I got a message that says that he crashed.
Wow.
But I was asleep. Like, my bad. I was usually asleep. Because I used to work at Whataburger.
Right.
So I was scheduled to 3 in the morning. But I got off work early that day. And I went to sleep. And I'm not a heavy sleeper, so I can feel when someone leaves. Because we would sleep together in the same room. And so, my mom was in the room waking me up. She was all scared. And so we all get up. I didn't even have a shirt on, Cliff. Like,
Right.
I was in my shorts. We walked away. I threw my clothes, my shoes in the car. And it was like 5 minutes away down the road from our house. And then when we arrived there, all we just seen was a car on fire.
Right.
And, it's gonna be a year now on Monday.
Yeah. Right.
And it's just been tragic.
Man, I'm
Ever
sorry
since
to hear
that.
that, bro.
Yeah, and then it was unexpected. Probably just God does ways.
Yeah. So, like, how did that, like, I know that's your brother, and I know you was excited, when you found out about, like, you was about to be a dad. So my question is just, like, in that moment, like, did that thought of, like, dang, I'm about to be a dad go away? Like, where was you at in that moment?
Like, I was lost. I was
Right.
lost. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say because my girlfriend had a checkup that's following Monday to go see, just to check everything was okay. Excuse me. And then when we had that checkup, my mind was just not in it because we also making funeral arrangements.
Right.
So my head was just not in it. Like, I'm sorry, my girlfriend understand where I was coming from, but my head wasn't in it. Like, I was like, I just lost my brother.
Right.
And then I found out that I'm gonna be a dad.
Right. So, like, how does, like, being a father in that moment, like, because I know it was times that you probably wanted to give up, because,
Yeah.
losing a brother, especially because was y'all close? Like, was y'all super tight?
Yeah, we was tight. He was the only brother I had.
Right. And is he the only sibling you have?
Yes, sir.
So, like, I know y'all was probably tight. And he's the oldest brother or the youngest?
He's the oldest.
Okay, so he, like, trust me, I always wanted an older brother.
Yeah.
And, you know, God has blessed me with many, you know, mentors that are like older brothers. And it's just that special bond with when you have like an older brother. You know, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
that somebody is protecting you. You know, you got somebody that you can run to. Like, I never had that when somebody used to pick on me. I never had
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm going to tell my older brother on you. It was me, you know, that was me for my younger brothers. So how does being a father push you to keep going as a student, as a worker, and just as a person yourself? Because you also got to take care of yourself in all three of these roles too. So how does, you know, being a father push you to be a better, keep going?
Well, to be honest, I don't think I have an answer for that, but like I don't know how to do it. Like
Right.
I just want the best for my son. I just don't want to ever see him struggle.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever want to see him in my shoes.
Right.
I always want the best for him.
Right. My thing is this, bro. You know, you said it early. Why you keep going, and like you said God. You know, and
Yeah.
I think, you know, once again, you know, I think I really want you. Like I said, meeting you earlier this school year, man. I really want you to get that high school diploma, because, you know, besides God and Jesus, man, that is the foundation for your future. Just talking to you and just being around you and seeing, once again, what I said earlier, seeing that you are such a light and a positive person. Like, a lot of people don't even know that you went through that, correct? Like, in these halls, right? Only a
Yeah.
certain
A
group of,
certain amount. Yeah.
right. And so the fact that you show up to this school every day and you're smiling, you're just positive, bro. I just think, bro, like, that's what's keeping you going. And let me just tell you, like, you know, from here moving forward, like, I'm here for you, and just know that you have a bunch of people that's going to be here for you. So
Thank you.
this is a part of the show where you get to ask me a question, my boy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of questions I want to ask you, but one thing I'm more interested in is what made you start these podcasts.
So I kind of shared a little bit with Jackie last time, but I mean, once again, like, just hearing your story, like, once again, I didn't know anything about you. You know, once again, you know, shout out Miss, you know, Already, and also shout out Mr. Trailer. I don't think, you know, I really want his name to get out there too, but I don't know. I think we want to start it so we can hear voices like you. You know, like Mr. Trailer said earlier before we start shooting, like, man, he's just decided just to hear this story, your story, you know. And once again, now, you know, when he sees you, now y'all get to have that bond. Y'all have that, you know, that bond now, because he heard your story. And that's the biggest, another reason why I want to start this podcast, because everybody walking in these halls has a story. You know, everybody's going through something. Everybody has struggles. Everybody is fighting thoughts. Everybody's fighting mental health. Everybody's fighting something, you know. And I just want people, once again, the biggest reason is to show, first of all, Ephesians 6:12 says, you know, the battle is not between flesh and blood. It's between things that we don't even see. So it's not, you know, oh, because we're different, that's why we have the problems. No, we're different because God created us, but we're different because we all go through different things in life. And some of us do go through the same things, but we all react different to it. And so I just want people, and especially the community, you know, because Jacksonville High School gets a bad rep, and thank God that is starting to go away. You know, I think people are starting to see that this school is starting to get things right, and we are all in this together, and we're all working together. And so I just want the community just to hear y'all stories and just know, like, we got to stop judging y'all and just understand that y'all are humans too. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, like, I started this podcast.
I like,
Yeah. You say you had another, like, give me another question.
Have you, was something you have faced in life that, like, something tragic, like?
So something tragic that I faced in life was August of the beginning of this year. I lost my granny. And my granny, man, she was somebody that meant a lot to me. And she was not like my real granny. She was just like an adopted granny. She, you know, my best friend, me and him was close. I used to go to his house all the time. And like I said, granny just became my granny. And, man, the reason why I took her loss so hard early August, because I remember she told me something in the garage that changed my life forever. I was living for the world at the time. and then
Yeah.
try to live for God.
Yeah.
I had one foot in, one foot out. And I remember I woke up early in the morning and I went into the garage and sat down. She's watching Gunsmoke. You probably don't even know what Gunsmoke
Nah.
is. No, it's an old show. And I'm sitting there watching it with her. And I remember she told me, she said, son, she said, you can't live, for the world and live for God. And she told me, like, you have to choose a side. And, just knowing that I would never have those conversations with her again, because after that, like, I had to make some changes in my life, and ultimately I made the change to fully walk with God. And that was like, losing her was like something tragic this year. So yeah, dang.
That's
Bro, I
bad.
didn't know I was gonna get too personal, but
Nah, you good,
that leads
good.
me to my last question. What impact do you want to make in these halls as you get ready to graduate in May?
Man, that's a good question, Cliff. I don't even know. Probably just stop the violence what's going on around this world.
That's a word.
Yeah, I think that's probably been my impact. Stop the violence.
Right. I don't understand fighting a lot. Like, I get it, but I
Yeah.
don't understand because, like, it's never really a true winner, because it's always going to be like, hey, I want my get back. And then you get your get back, then the other person going to get their get back. And then it's just like, it just never ends. And like you said, I want to join you to let's stop the violence, man. Let's stop the violence in
Yeah.
this world. Stop the violence in these hallways, man. If you have a problem with somebody, just sit down and talk. That's something we're losing in this world. Just, hey, it's okay to have a disagreement with somebody, and just because you have a disagreement with somebody doesn't mean you have to hate them. Like, sit down and understand their side. Don't jump to, hey, let me fight you. So I like that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's my thing. Stop the violence, because I mean, I lost my brother-in-law because of that.
Right.
And I mean, we know how it been these past years. We lost at least one person in each class.
Right. Wow. I never
Yeah.
thought about it like that. We have. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So before we end the show, do you have any final thoughts that you want to give to the students that you walk these halls with, your teachers, the community? Do you want to thank anybody?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to all my teachers for always supporting me through the tough times.
Right.
And for always understanding me and sticking around with me, even
Right.
though sometimes I've been in the butt, but
Right.
yeah. And then all my friends, shout out to them, because I don't know, they always give me a smile on my face.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then anything you want to say to the community?
Man, I don't know what I could tell them besides shout out to you, Cliff.
Oh, thank you, Brody. I ain't nobody special. I'm just trying to tell everybody about somebody that is special, which is Jesus. So my final thoughts to you, Carlos, is this. You're carrying a lot, like, at your age. Man, once again, being a student, a worker, being a dad, man, that is just a lot for anybody at your age. But I'm just want to tell you this. I'm thankful. I know Mr. Trailer is thankful for you coming on this podcast and kind of sharing, your story. And, bro, I just want you, first of all, we need to get you across that stage in May.
Thank you.
And once again, I'm glad that I got to meet you this year. And, bro, we are brothers for, until God calls us home. We are brothers
Yep.
for life. Even when you graduate, bro, call me, let's keep up with each other. But I want you to remember these words before you leave, bro. Remember that, first of all, you are a real person. And so being a real person means you're going to have real struggles. And, it's okay to have struggles. Struggles don't define you and they don't make you, but they do grow you in a lot of ways. And be okay with that. And, and finally, like, just talk about them, have real conversations with people. And Carlos, if you do that, I think you're going to be great. I think
Thank
you're
you,
going to be
Cliff.
a great dad. I think you're going to be, I just think you're going to be a great dad. I think you're going to be great whatever you decide to do after high school, which, one final question. What do you want to do after high school?
I want to go study HVAC.
Okay. So I think you're going to be a great HVAC person. And I think you're gonna make an impact. I think you have a testimony that the world needs to hear, and I'm thankful that, you know, me and Mr. Trailer are allowing y'all, you know, to get y'all testimonies out there. So, man, I appreciate you and I love you, bro. And like I said, I'm just happy that I got to meet you. And with that, do you want to give the community challenge? That's what I forgot to tell you earlier.
What you mean? What challenge?
You just read everything off that card, bro. The community challenge. Or you want me to do it?
If you are a student, be on time and locked in. If you are working, give your best effort, even when no one's watching. If you are a parent, keep pushing even on the hard days.
Yeah.
I like those.
Thank you, bro. And that is our community challenge, man. And, man, just sit down and have a conversation with somebody. You know, when I was writing this, I wrote the word community, and it's one word that's in community that I think we overpass, and it's unity. And let's just be together here in Jacksonville and here at Jacksonville High School. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the Hallway Podcast. Keep sticking by because more episodes is to come. Thank you. All right, Carlos.
Thank you, Cliff.
Was it that bad?
No, not really.
Will they tell your story? Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?